guys, thank you for joining me. I figured I would be a hypocrite if I was talking about why I do my work at the actual Palm Beach Art Fair and wasting such a beautiful day in Florida, in Miami, by the beach, because my work is about appreciating the beauty of nature, the beauty of life, the beauty of little things, the celebration of things that we overlook, things that we take for granted, things that we forget to find joy in. My work is showing the things that I've seen or I've been paying attention to since I was a little child, since I was a kid, finding little mini universes in everything I looked at. Looking at gutters, looking at cracks on the floor, imagining it was much bigger, thinking it was just microscopic, or thinking it were giants, or things that are inside of us. What made me work with wax was an interesting accident, really. I was working on a completely different series, which had to do with organic decomposition, and it was a chemicals from the slide film from the 50s. Looking at them, it would look like you're looking at Earth topography, and I was fascinated by that, and I wanted to show it in a fine art world, and understanding the rules of or the challenges of showing something in the art world and it being taken seriously or respected or not dismissed like something, just another something. I wanted to create something unique and one of a kind. So I did a research on decomposition, and I did a research on how to stop decomposition. And I came across beeswax that was used for centuries to preserve, even as such monumental things as death of a general from a war. Back in the day, they would cover him in wax so they can bring the body home to give it a proper funeral. Or by master painters when they wanted their paintings to survive, and they would put a thin coat of beeswax over their painting to preserve it from oxidation, from outside environmental factors, so their work would last for generations. So in that thought, or in that idea of preservation and showing the beauty of organic decomposition, and conceptually showing the capture of it, or showing that the almost like a frozen point of that decomposition, because once I scanned it, once I printed it, it shows the still of it. It's not going to decompose anymore. So it's more of a conceptual gesture rather than an actual physical need. So I decided to apply beeswax on those prints that I printed on canvas. And by applying those, applying the wax on the canvas, I took a closer look, and I saw that the wax was doing something that was very similar to the doodles I was doing since as long as I can remember. I've always been drawing these vertical, horizontal lines, kind of like a cross pattern. Whenever I talk to the phone, whenever I doodle, whenever I even learn how to write, and even to this day. So it immediately had an instant reaction to me, or instant connection with me. And I realized that whatever Wax was doing, whatever organic thing he was trying to do, whatever landscape, universe, life it was trying to grow, that was more important than the subject matter below it. The subject matter below it was a static image. It was frozen in time. And whatever subject matter I would choose, it would always be limited by that time frame or by the subject matter. And as humans, I think when we deal with subject or subject matters, we're very jaded. I think that's the word. We like to niche things into categories. We like to think that our opinion is the only opinion that matters and the only correct one because of the experience that we have had. And we also push our experience on everyone else. And I think the important thing is to realize that it's very individual. Two people going through the same experience will have completely different results. As I like to say it, as a slogan, say life experience may vary. So that was the birth of working with beeswax. That's what made me decide to stop working with anything that was figurative, and showed me the power of, showed me something that was truly important. To go back to the reason why I'm doing it, or what has been the search, all the search I've had, or all the theories I've came up with, or all the analysis I've done, or all the constant why or how or philosophical and basic human questions that we always ask ourselves and forget to ask ourselves sometimes, because we get so caught up in the daily lives. Daily nonsense, it's going to be gone tomorrow, we'll forget about it, it's going to be new nonsense. So when I look at things, one of the reasons I came to the beach right now instead of going to the art fair is to reflect, is to remind myself what is important, is to ground myself with reality. To remind myself of the beauty that surrounds me. Of the beautiful ocean. Birds flying. The texture of the wood from the drying sun. beautiful imprints of the rocks that were once corals. Each one of these things is an artwork in its own. And that's what I try to show through my work. I try to show the beauty of organic reactions. I try to show the beauty of nature. I want it to be a reminder to stop, slow down. Remind yourself what's important. Remind yourself the things that will go away tomorrow, and the things that you will have forever, and the things that you may not have forever. The work that I'm making, or the artwork that I'm making, is almost like a mini life, or a celebration of a super simplified life form. I think we get so carried away by trying to show too much, by going for the wow factor, or by going for the especially in any sort of competitive environment like an art fair. We want to be louder, we want to be more colorful, we want to be more noticeable. And in reality, it's like a colorful balloon that has a very short lifespan. It's beautiful, then it pops, and we're left with memories if it's associated with some kind of experience that went with it, of joy or whatever the association or relationship is. But I think as artists, or as people, and as artists, I think it's our duty to share the beauty of what we see, to find the beauty in little things, to remind ourselves and help others remember it. The reason I'm working with beeswax is, or why I like working with beeswax so much, it's because it has this amazing quality that other materials may possess as well, but it's something I discovered in this material first. And because it's also able to exist in a liquid state and solid state, and the cooling is quite rapid, I'm able to create with it, or I'm letting it to create on its own, really. I'm more of an orchestrator. I'm letting it be, I'm letting it show its beautiful organic growth, beautiful organic reaction that's happening, that is creating this amazing landscape through accretion, through repetition, through human labor of isolating it, of letting it exist, of letting it show itself, its full potential, or at least some of its potential. And by observing that reaction, by observing what it's creating, these alien worlds, they come to life. And it works with our own associations, it works with our imagination, it triggers our imagination. Because as humans, we want to make sense out of things. And if we see something alien, we see something that we haven't seen before, we want to niche it into something. We want to understand, oh, this is this, or this is topography, or this is a close-up of a human gene, or this is reptile skin, or this is a close-up of a flower, or this is organic growth of some mushrooms. The interpretations are endless, and I think that's the beauty of that as well. It's almost like it exercises our imagination. It communicates. It's not a one-faceted work where you have just one interpretation, or interpretation that has been carefully tailored or curated due to socio-political time, current, fad, or of course it can be, but that's because that's our association with it. Because what is happening currently with us, and what is happening currently, what we think about, we may project. And I really truly want to create work that is timeless, like something that would remain relevant, something that would invite the viewer to have this dialogue within themselves. And because it's something that's natural, because it's something that's beautiful, because it's something that's beautiful is not something I should probably be saying as a statement, but as something that goes to about, like if I were creating my own art and calling it beautiful. But I'm not saying that my art is beautiful. I'm saying that any organic creation, anything that has happened naturally through chemistry, through physics, through universal laws. I mean, look at this entire earth. Everything is beautiful. Everything has a right to exist. Everything has existed. And everything will exist to a certain point unless we destroy it. And even in destruction there's beauty, because that is also an organic process. That's a real thing, powerful thing. And I find beauty in it. I find beauty in reactions, whether they are growth, accumulation, or it's interaction of two elements, or it's destruction. Each one is beautiful in its own right. And you know, we see it. We see it as people. We find things are beautiful, and a lot of times we you know, as artists, we try to copy it. We paint beautiful landscapes. We paint beautiful people. We paint the paradise destinations we want to go to, or we paint the daily life that we're familiar with. And we find objects on a daily basis that we find interesting. It could be a tree bark. It could be a crack on a wall. It could be a bruise on someone's body. It could be the shape of a mountain. And my goal is to try to get to the essence of that beauty. I want to find those two basic basal elements that are responsible for that. I want to find 2 or 3 things that speak to me that I think, by taking it out of the context it's in, it would still hold that power of association. It would still hold that power of beauty. And it's not about my personal interpretation. I believe that if I find the essence of that reaction, or if I'm able to show it, then my association or my interpretation is not important. As long as it triggers and invites interpretation in each and every person who looks at it and invites that dialogue, then I think the work is successful. So that is my goal. That's what I try to do. And thank you for listening.